You're listening to the Comic Crusaders podcast. I am your host, Al Mega, CEO of Comic Crusaders and Undercover Capes. In this show, I'm sitting down with creators from all walks of life to talk about inspiration, process, the lessons they've learned, and a whole lot more. Wepa! What up, everybody? It's your boy, Al Mega. Welcome to a brand new Comic Crusaders podcast. And today I'm very excited because we're speaking to a creator all the way from West Africa. Homie is amazing. He has a label called, works with a label called Brown Roof Studios, right? He's also part of the Comics Archive Africa. Homie is killing it with this comic book called Jakuta and a whole lot more. I'm very proud to introduce the one and only Adedayo Erivic. What's poppin', kiddo? How you doing?
Good to be here. Good to be on your platform, and good to be speaking with everybody today. So, thank you for bringing me on board. I really appreciate it.
No, thank you for coming out. Wanting to hang out to talk about the awesomeness, of this amazing label that's out there, West African comic label. I mean, we're talking about some amazing comic books, people, and and it's an independent journey that the homies going on here. So, let's start, man. Let people know where you from, where you at right now.
Okay, basically from Nigeria, from Oyo State, Nigeria, and I'm presently in Nigeria as well at the moment. And that's where I create my content, and the studio as well, Brown Roof Studios, is situated in Nigeria. So I'm Nigerian based. I'm Nigerian born, Nigeria of West Africa actually. So definitely.
Okay. Well, awesome. And how was it growing up over there? Did you find a comic book tribe? Was comics easy to get to? How big is the community? Because this is all new to me. I'm dying to learn.
Oh, okay. Initially, the community wasn't that big, but over the last 10, 15 years, the community has been changing. Although personally, I got into the comic book community in, let's say, 4 years ago. So that was when I got to discover comic books properly, and then that was how I was able to discover a community of creators in Nigeria. So the industry is still quite young, but it's growing very, very fast. Because when you talk about comic book in Africa, you're definitely going to talk about Nigeria. So Nigeria is like the headquarters for comic books in Africa. So yeah, the industry is
okay. So Nigeria is the New York of Africa, huh? Like the capital,
yeah, definitely.
huh? You could say you almost for nerddom. Beautiful. Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. All right. So, when you were growing up, then what was that? What was that first taste of comics that made you say, "Wow, I love this. I want to make my own"? What was your first inspiration?
Okay, well, initially I never got to know about comic books. I get to know about comic books that was in 2016. That was when I discovered comic books as a
Oh,
medium.
wow. Okay.
So I never grew up reading comics. I never grew up watching any of these contents, animations, and the rest. So I
Nothing.
discovered all of this. Yeah, no, none of them. So I just discovered them in 2016, and when I discovered them, I discovered this is something I wanted to do, because before then, I've always been interested in art. I draw, portraits. I do other things related to art, but not comic books. So
Okay.
it wasn't until 2016 when I discovered comic book as a medium. In fact, that was when I discovered the likes of DC and Marvel. So
Oh,
it
really?
was from
What you hear this, folks? I mean, he definitely a youngin that discovered comic books 5 years ago, if you will, going on
definitely.
6. And wow, I mean, you've taken a hell of a journey in a very short period. So, but
Yeah,
what was
definitely.
that first character that you found? What was the character that you fell in love with?
Okay, well, I fell in love with Batman as a
Batman.
character because
Okay.
yeah, so Batman is the best character for me. Although there are several other characters that I love so much, but Batman was the character for me. Beginning from the costume, the personality, the storyline, the everything about Batman just appeals a lot to me. So because I see a reflection of myself in Batman. Is more of the individual that stays indoors, wants to create his own things and all of that, and do a lot of impact out there. So I found a lot of myself in Batman. So that was why. And you know, Batman is human. All his abilities, or let's say a large number of his abilities, are something that, although they look impossible, but we are convinced that as humans we can also aspire to be something like that. So that was why I was able to, find a connection with the character like that.
Yeah, that's what somebody told me once because we had this discussion about Batman. I'm like, okay, listen, Batman is still only human and there's only so much. But he goes, no, you have to suspend this belief when it comes to Batman. I was like, oh, geez, sorry. I mean, all right, Batman
Yeah,
could do it all fine, whatever. Because even one day I was doing these battles, Batman versus, and I mean, I put him against everybody possible. And no matter who the hell I put, Batman would win. I said, all right, let me do this.
you,
Batman
yeah,
versus God.
definitely.
I did that. Batman versus God. You know what somebody told me? One's real and one's not. I'll let you decide. I'm like,
Okay.
oh, that's fucked up. They didn't even want to answer it. They're like, one's real, one's not. You decide which one I'm talking
Yeah,
about. I'm like, whoa, that's foul.
yeah,
No, but it was good. People are bugging. I like Batman. I like Batman. Just sometimes, I like me my people
yeah,
that kill. That's what it is. I like me my anti-heroes, people that I like Spawn a lot. Like if you're gonna mess with Spawn, he's gonna take
yeah.
care
I
of
like
business.
Spawn.
He's not taking you to jail. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I like Spawn. I like Spawn. I like Deadpool. I like some of the bad guys like that. They're not like Batman. Batman doesn't kill you, but your hospital bills will kill you. So I
Oh, yeah,
like
oh, yeah,
characters like
absolutely
that.
right. He'll kill you in the pocket where it hurts as a rich guy. I mean, sometimes right? That's like on purpose. You don't got health care, I do. Let me break your bones. Good luck. You
Yeah,
know what, bro?
definitely.
That's a sick way to think of it. I love it. So start talking about you taking finally a creative step towards comic books. I mean, how did you start learning the process of creating? Because you're telling me again, you discovered this in 2016, you fell in love, but you're
Yeah.
you're also a student of art, if you will. How did
Yeah.
transition to start trying to do a comic book?
Oh, okay, okay. Initially, when I discovered comic books, my plan was not to be a creator. My plan was basically to just work in a studio, then work on some of the existing amazing characters. So I had to start teaching myself the rudiments of comic book creation. I mean, because I'm more of an artist than a writer, so I had to start
Yes.
teaching myself anatomy, light and shadows, rendering, and several other things that are necessary to to get so good with, and one of the first set of artists I discovered, I mean, the first artist I discovered that even made me interested in comic book was Jim Lee. So I like his rendering, I like his detailing, I like how well he does his work. And I discovered several other artists as well, the like of David Finch, Jason Fabok,
Oh,
and so many other
Finch for
people like
book.
that.
Oh my god.
So I wanted to
Finch is a
model my
beast.
work. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
No, I wanted
definitely.
to
He's a,
say
he's a, he's
that
a big
it's a beast because I
beast. So I like,
recently
I like.
I recently posted a David Finch Green Goblin. I've never seen a creepier Green Goblin than like by David Finch. I'll find the picture for you, but definitely
Yeah,
go ahead, bro. So you're finding all these
yeah,
guys, right?
yeah. I like Finch. His rendering, his detailing, and I've been seeing some of his works on The Walking Dead recently, and they were just perfect for me. So I wanted to model my work after these guys. I wanted the level of quality they have and all of that. Although I'm still not yet there, but I've seen immense progress because definitely these guys. Oh yes, this is the Green Goblin image. I've seen it, and it's quite
Isn't it
impressive.
gorgeous? It
Yeah,
looks like what if the Joker was the Green Goblin but worse? Right?
exactly. Have you seen his Joker? He has done some quite a number
Yes.
of Joker images, and they are very, very nice.
Yeah, I
So
met him
I
in
decided,
person. He's a great guy, man. Great
yeah,
energy.
definitely, definitely. So I decided to, teach myself the rudiments, watch a lot of YouTube videos and the rest. So when I started to develop my skills, I wanted to get into a studio so bad, but I found it difficult getting into a studio in Nigeria. So I
Why?
decided I was not going to.
Why
Well,
is
I
that?
think the industry is just growing. Although we have quite a number of standard comic book studios in Nigeria, but as at that time, I would say maybe my skill was not up to the standard they were looking for at that time. So probably that was what was happening. So I had to just keep pushing, and eventually I got a shot with a studio that is Comic Republic, which is
Oh,
regarded as
nice.
one of the biggest in Africa. So I got a shot into the studio, spent a month there before I left. But I've started my studio with my other friends at that time. And then I decided, well, I can just get so serious with this. And then that was when I decided to be a creator of comic books, not just an artist. So I decided to be a creator. So from there, I mean, Brand New Studios started last year properly. And within last year, we've been able to do a lot, drop some certain number of comic books, and we've gotten our content on some amazing platforms, including Black Sands Entertainment. I don't know if you know of Black
No,
Sands. So we've gotten our that's one of the biggest collection of African and Black comic books in the world. So
really.
that
Okay.
was that was how I started as a creator.
Wonderful. And folks, before we start getting into the awesome comic books and the publishing press that is, Brown Roof, I want to show off this awesome trailer that he sent over because I was like, yo, this is fire. So, here's an awesome little tease
Yeah.
about the amazing comic books. Woo! Wow, kid. That art, that coloring, everything. Sex
Yeah.
E. Shit. And you just learn,
That's,
folks. I mean, yo, you see this man, what he's done in a couple of years? Yo, bro. Very proud of what you did there. That looks gorgeous. So,
thanks. Okay, yeah, first, sorry. I want to just give credit to, Buba Juju. They own the soundtrack in the video. So I just wanted to give credit to anybody watching it. So the soundtrack belongs to Buba Juju. It's not um
oh,
personal created then. So yeah. So the
awesome.
soundtrack belongs to them. Yeah,
I
and
loved it, man. I
yeah,
loved it.
thanks.
I was in it. I was in it.
That's the promotional video for issue 2 of Jakarta. So issue 1, I don't know if you get to show some of the interior pages of issue 1 so people can also see that as well.
No, I'm gonna
So
go to the. We're gonna be on the website in a minute and take a look at some of the goodness from there. But
oh,
explain to
that's
people
oh,
who is Jakuta? Who is this?
okay. Jakarta is an African king from Old Oyo Empire in Nigeria. So he's one of Jakarta is basically Shango, the god of thunder, and people talk about Thor. Thor in the Norse mythology and all of
Okay,
that. We have Jakarta in the ancient Oyo Empire of Nigeria. And this is not just mythology or maybe just fiction. This is a real king. This is, and
okay,
if you look at some of the um, religious beliefs that we have in, let's say, the Yoruba society of Nigeria, and let's say some Brazilian, some members of the Brazilian societies also subscribe to the worship of Shango. So that is just what we're trying to do with this
okay.
particular clinic, just to tell about the King Shango that some people might not know. So we're trying to just tell people historical facts with a little bit of fiction, and then we give that regal appeal to the content. People need to know that Africa is not just odds and all of that, all those, the way
I
they
know what
portray
you
Africa.
mean.
So Africa is regal, Africa is big, Africa is beautiful. Kings at that time are big, and that's why if you look at the comic, you look at the character design, the costume design, and everything like that, we try to portray a rich culture. So that's who Jakarta is. Jakarta is an ancient king in Odo Empire who became the god of
And
lightning and
wow.
thunder. So
And so this is the supporting cast, and are they like
yeah,
mythological legends within the
yeah,
history as
yeah,
well, or no?
yeah. These are his comrades. That's
Okay,
Timmy and that's Bonka. So they are some of the comrades that fought alongside him, and some of them even created some cities of their own. So we are still building the character, we are still building the storyline, and we are still going to be introducing more of these particular characters. And yes, that's Yemoja. Yemoja is the mother of, she's we have era in Greek mythology, so this is like the mother of the gods and all of that. So
okay,
that's, yeah.
amazing, great work. And
Thanks.
I mean, what's up with the stones that homie got in that glowing tattoo? What's that all about?
Yeah, yeah, those are just some of the elements we try to put into the character design.
Okay,
So we are trying to put in a blend of the real um the real appearance of the characters, and a bit of fictional thing into the character design. So that's just what we try to do there.
gotcha. And
Yeah,
can you tell us, is there a story behind this axe and that glowing like bracelet?
yeah.
I'm looking
Okay.
at the design kit. It's like everything seems to have a story here. I want to know.
Yeah, definitely. I think I might make. We are trying to make a video in Brown Roof soon where we explain many of the concepts and many of the ideas behind the character design, especially their costume. Because I designed the costume for the characters. For instance, Jakuta. If you look at his neck, there's a bead there. There's red and white bead.
Yeah.
Shango in history is known to use red and white colors. That's why if you look at the pants and the robe, it's red and white. So that's basically
Okay.
what we try to do. And the axe, that's his weapon that he uses for his battles and all of that. So Shango has something. It's like a battle axe that he uses when he's in battle. So this is something he uses. So that's one thing we try to do. Although we just try to make it bigger to give him that, you
Yeah.
know, that fearful look. And that there's like a glowing orb in the middle of his axe. So there's a story behind it. And I don't want to
Okay.
talk about those yet because those are still part of the story we are trying to tell over time. So I don't want to.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Let's not all spoil it, right? Let people buy the
Yeah, no,
comics and
no,
know what
no.
it is.
Yeah, the comics are free. We give it out free. You can download them and you can always check them out. They are free of charge. We don't charge for them.
And look
So,
at this.
and
Yeah, look at him right here, folks. I mean, look. Oh man, this cover.
yeah,
Woo! That's fire, bro.
I drew that cover and then I had my colorists color it as well.
Hey, what's this? A Christmas special with Christmas around the corner. Well, what's going on with this?
Yeah, that's a Christmas special we released last year, and we are working on another one to be released December 25 this year as well. So it's just we're trying to bring fun into our characters. We've always gone with the serious look for all the characters, the superhero, not necessarily superhero, but the serious epic looks for our characters. But with the Christmas special, we're just trying to create a funny side to our character, not necessarily trying to create dumb jokes or unnecessary, but we just wanted to tone down the seriousness in our comic books at least for once in a year. So that's why we're releasing a Christmas special.
I get it, but I mean, and this cover, man, this black and white art is amazing. Is this all you too, or what? What's this one?
This is the artist edition. So that is the artist edition for. It's just like a director's cut.
Okay,
DC releases something like a director's cut, something like an unwrapped version. So that is exactly what we're trying to do. So we're trying to give lovers of black and white and lovers of manga and insights into what the art for our comics look like without the colors. So that's
okay.
basically what we're trying to show people.
And let me ask you that if within Brown Roof, now that you have a studio, Are you
Okay.
currently seeking talent within, your region?
Well, yes, we definitely seek talents within our region. Although presently we have a full studio, and because we're just starting out, we're still, putting our resources into several other aspects of the studio. So it's very hard for us to, hire people straight up all the time. So there's a limit to how much we hire people to work with us at the moment. Although we are still open to people giving us submissions. We review them. If they can work with us, we place them on projects, place them on things that can also
Great.
help the studio and help them as well. So we're definitely seeking talents in the studio.
No worries, man. You're gonna be one of the big two of Nigeria and West Africa. Don't you worry, kiddo. So there's another thing you do too, man, because you got the Comics Archive Africa. And can you
Yeah,
tell us a little bit about that? I'm about to bring that into the screen because I'm seeing a whole bunch of like dope comics here. What
yeah.
is this? Oh
Okay, during the lockdown, okay, before the lockdown, I discovered that we have so many comic books, so many content, animations, creative content coming out of Africa and the Black community. And then we have fewer platforms that are promoting this content. Okay, thanks. You are also promoting some content coming out of indigenous creators and all of
yeah.
that. So the intention was I discovered that there are fewer platforms promoting indigenous content coming out of Africa and the Black community. And I just decided that okay, I think I can come in concerning this, and I decided that okay, I want to start promoting indigenous and independent Black and African comic and content creators. So that was the reason I started Comics Out of Africa. So Comics Out of Africa is just 1 year old, and within that short period of time, we've been able to gather a whopping amount of 11,000 active supporters and community
Oh
of
wow.
content lovers. So the growth was amazing. It was encouraging and all of that. So the goal was to promote independent content. We are not promoting DC. We are not promoting Marvel or anything like that. So we're just promoting independent content from Africa and the Black community. And
No,
yes, the magazine. Yeah,
that's why
I'm
I
dropping
like
a
you, kiddo. That's why I like you. This is why Dion said, "Yo, Al, you got to talk to this man because you write those words that you said right there to help the independent creator, to help the independent comic community. Because it's true, they
yeah,
don't get the support and the love and a platform like what you created here. I mean, this is great, and dude, I'm seeing covers and stuff that I'm about to peruse this later and spend some money. I think because this looks great.
well, that's
Thank
a
you for
pleasure.
taking that upon yourself, bro.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. Anything for the community.
Ooh,
So I'm dropping it.
wow.
I'm dropping a magazine very soon, and it's going to be exclusively for Black and African content creators. So the
Oh,
magazine should be dropping.
really?
Yeah, definitely. So we have Bleeding Cool, we have comic book resources, we have so many platforms like that promoting content from DC, Marvel, and several other platforms. But with this, we just want to promote independent African and Black comic book creators, and we've partnered with a lot of them for Kickstarter projects and all of that. And I'm glad that you know almost all the Kickstarter projects that we've partnered on are always successful. So
Beautiful.
this is one of the reasons we're starting Comics Out of Africa. Create awareness for content, especially when they are going on Kickstarter. I've had countless number of people who have gotten the comic books and content of some of these creators just by seeing them on Comics Out
Oh,
of
that's
Africa.
great, man. You're doing God's work, my brother. God bless you, man. That's good things that you're doing here. Great thing. Oh, look at this, bro. Married parents, supervillains. Oh shit, I like this. Oh
You should
man.
check them out.
Yo, I
I
mean,
think they're
look at this. You can see in
yeah,
their villain. I mean, yo, fire, fire.
yeah, yeah. So some people believe that there are no good contents coming out of Africa, so we're trying to prove them wrong. There are a
Prove
lot
it. I
of
mean,
very
just look at this art. Yo, everybody
well,
shut the F up right now. This looks gorgeous, yo. Are you serious? I wish this is the great thing about the internet and being able to speak to creators like you. Here I am in Orlando, Florida. You are in Nigeria. I've
yeah,
never been over there, and you are showing me this whole new world of comics I have never seen. Thank you, bro.
You're
Like my
welcome.
brain is on fire right now. Like, oh my god, I gotta check out a lot of this stuff, bro. It looks dope.
Definitely, you should.
I'm excited. Look at
Yeah.
this. Yeah, this looks like a really ill team.
Yeah, definitely.
Very inspired too, if you will. Oh my gosh, but this is great. This Black Sands keeps coming up. That looks fire. Oh, I know of this one. Yes.
Okay, EXO. That's from
Yes. I know this
Phoenix
one.
Studios. Yeah. So
Hmm. Hmm. Bro, and these again, all labels and titles within Africa, right? And creators.
yeah,
Wow.
independent creators,
And
exclusively
wow.
independent.
Wow. 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 Just wow. Look at there's so many talented people in the world, folks. We're missing out on so much. See, comic book community, stop begging the big two to do stuff for you. Independent is already doing it. Real talk.
Yeah,
And I mean, and look at this. Like, I know that, as a brown person, Puerto Rican, I have a lot of black
yeah,
friends too. And we've always wanted to find ourselves and our voices. I mean, look at
yeah,
this. It's coming. It's here, yo. How many titles have I shown right now that just look fire, yo? I mean, come
yeah.
on. A multitude. Thank you, yo. Oh shit! Look at that. Wow, wow, and wow, wow, brother. This is great, folks. Right there, Comics Archive Africa on Insta. Let me do it there too on the screen. Make no mistake about it. Follow the big man Adedayo, right, right, and then of course, follow that too.
Yeah.
What about Brown Roof? Does Brown Roof have an Instagram?
Yes, we have an Instagram account. That's Brown Studios. So
There you go,
that's our
folks. You got to check it out. I mean,
Instagram
homie's doing
account.
some great books. I mean, he's obviously supporting the community in such a great way. That's amazing of you. So, what's the overall goal out of you? What's your
You can just
primary
check
goal?
Brown Studios. Yeah.
What's your primary goal as a creator? What's the number one goal for you and for Brown Roof Studios?
So, sorry, can you come again on that?
Okay, what's the goal? The primary goal, like
Oh,
what's the prize at the end of the road for both Brown Roof and yourself?
okay. Like I've said earlier, my goal in the industry is basically to promote African content and to retell the African history, the African story. Because most of the times we've gotten content from the white media, and most of the times they tell about African stories, in the wrong way. And the media as well is not contributing positively to how Africa is portrayed. So it's all about war, it's all about crime, it's all about hunger, it's all about problems coming out of Africa. So my goal as a creator.
I'm sorry, folks. There
Can
we
you hear
go.
me?
There you go. Now I could hear you. Go ahead. At
Hello,
first,
can you
for a
hear me
moment,
now?
yes.
Oh, wow.
Go ahead, my brother. I'm sorry.
Hello,
I could hear you. Go ahead, brother.
can you hear me now? Okay, yeah. So the goal, personally, and for starting Brown Root Studios is to tell African stories, push African content, and retell, show the entire world that Africa is better than how it has always been portrayed. So that's basically the goal for Brown Root Studios, and also some of my long term goals is to be able to pick young creators from all around Africa and let them get into the industry faster. Because one of the problems I was facing as well when I was trying to break into the industry was the fact that there are no publishing houses that want to quickly pick you up like that, except if you've gotten to a certain level. And there are so many young people from Africa that they just get discouraged because when they are starting out, then they feel maybe nobody's trying to pick me up and all of that. So the likes of DC and the rest have workshops where they help creators to get better and all of that. So my goal as well is to be able to create a platform where young creators can get into and they can start creating their content. Something like Image Comics. Not everybody have the money to publish. Not everybody have the capability to go all out there themselves and start publishing content for themselves. So if I can create a platform where people can get into, and your publishing, your promotion, everything is going to be on us, and then we just want you to be creative. We want you to be to give us your talents. Just put it in there, and also you get royalties for your content. So that's
Ooh.
basically one of my long term goals. Yeah.
Look at this. This is a man with the eye on the prize to help his people to a greater tomorrow within this whole comic book universe. Brother, I am honored to know you, bro. And God bless you on this awesome journey that you are partaking in. And I hope that
Yeah.
each and every one of those dreams of yours and goals are, in fact, achieved. Because it would be
Thanks.
amazing, bro. Then I'm gonna have you back because you're gonna be the you're gonna be the Stan Lee of West Africa to rap. All right, I'm calling it. Actually, no, you
I,
no. Since you're the artist, you're the Jack Kirby.
Yeah, I don't want to be Jack Kirby. I don't want to be Stanley. I just want to be Erivic in Africa. So that's just what I want.
yo, Big E, man. That's right, Big E, Big A-E out of West
Yeah,
Africa,
definitely.
Nigeria. I love it, brother. So, um, last thing, I want to ask here is
Okay.
what advice do you have for any other up and coming people? Because again, you came in not too long ago and you are tearing it up. So give somebody advice, on how you even keep up that level of energy and passion to succeed the way you have thus far.
Oh well, I don't think I'm at the right place to give anybody advice at the moment because I'm still building my career. I'm still building my talents and all of that. But if there's one thing, I think I might just share a bit of lessons that I've gotten over time. I think the first and most important thing for me is every individual should believe in their contents and believe in their goals. And once you have that vision of what you are trying to do, there are definitely going to be people who are going to discourage you, especially people who don't even know how far you're trying to go. Because I remember when I was trying to drop my first comic book, that is The Advocate. This is not my first comic book actually. I've published a comic book before,
Okay.
but I don't think you want to check that out. The art is bad. So yeah, I got some veterans in the comic book industry in Nigeria who try to talk me down, talk me out of creating my content and all of that. But I don't give a shit about all of them because I want to just create my content, and I'm glad that I created my content, and then my content is getting the recognition that was needed. So I think just understand the goal, have your focus, and start pushing. Definitely, people are going to see your content and they're going to call you up on it. I remember when we were dropping Jakuta issue one, we got platforms as big as 4 Media TV in London calling us up to host our comic books. And that's just because they just saw the content and they just want to pick it up. We've
Of
partnered
course.
with big brands, we've done several things, and that's just one thing when you decide to put your efforts into what you're trying to do. Even if you're not seeing the results instantly, just keep up with it.
Yes,
Definitely people are going
absolutely.
to see it. And yeah, yeah.
Great word. That's you hear that, folks. The truth is stick with it. Stick with it
Yeah,
and believe, because when you believe, the doors will in fact open. Or if not, you kick him down like he did. Cause he said, I'm doing this.
yeah.
So he said it was hard for him to get in. I'll do my own studio and teach you why I should have been. It's all right. Now they're gonna call you. You could be like, nah, I'm good. I got my own joint. And I love that. That's a real entrepreneur. That's a real dude right here, folks. So
Yeah,
listen, you say that who are you to give advice, bro? You've been in the game a short period of time and you're getting noticed big time. So, don't sell yourself short, bro. You are very talented. You are very passionate, obviously, and I only see good things from you and Brown Roof
thanks.
in the future, bro. All right,
Thanks.
let's do that. So that's the very last thing is right. Anything that
Okay.
we need to know that's coming out that we need to have in our collection?
Oh, okay. Yeah, we are dropping a new comic by next year. So work is in progress on it. So it's one of it's I'm just super excited about this particular project. It's more of the Frank Miller Sin City kind of vibe, that Afro
Ooh.
sample vibe, but we're trying to make it as indigenous as possible. And I'm going to be working on some art for the content. So it's going to be a distribution comic, because one of the barriers in the African comic space is the issue of distribution. We don't have like the Diamond Comics in it's in New York over here, so it's very hard to get hard copies down to readers. So one of the things we're trying to do now is break that barrier in the industry of distribution, and that's why we're releasing that comic I'm talking about. So we're going to be releasing a comic by next year. We're dropping a comic December 25. That is the second issue of the Christmas special, and we're going to be dropping Jakota issue 3 by next year as well. So we have a lot of content lined up for next year. And like I said before, I'm going to be dropping the first volume of the Archives magazine from Comics Archive Africa. I'm going to be dropping that very soon, probably this year or early next year. And yes, we are going to be having. Oh, I don't know if I remember to tell you this. I also have a comic convention that I run. That is Juniper, the comic.
Oh, you have a convention. Epa, talk about that. Listen, I did want to ask that. So I'm actually happy you brought that up, because are there comic conventions in Nigeria? And if so, yes. How are they? And now you're doing your own. You're telling me, holy shit, bro. Talk about it.
Okay, we have conventions in Nigeria. We have Lagos Comic Convention, which is definitely the biggest indigenous convention in Africa. So we have Lagos Comic Convention, we have Abuja Comic Convention, we have Port Harcourt Comic Convention, we have several comic conventions across Nigeria. We have Unibadan Comic Convention, which I started, and we've done 2 editions of the convention. We were supposed to hold one last year, but due to COVID, we were unable to hold. And because now I'm trying to, finish up with my final year in the university, so I'm unable to hold another one this year as well. So we are still pushing for a convention in West Africa's largest city, which is Ibadan Comic Convention. So we are making plans towards that. So there are conventions in Nigeria, and they are very large. Lagos Comic Convention, for instance, they have over 6,000 attendees per event.
Nice.
So yeah,
okay.
It's a very large.
So the community is big then. That's nice. You have a decent sized community. Nice.
Yeah, the community is very, very big over here. Definitely.
Oh, I can't wait. So when you're gonna roll the red carpet for your show, please let us know so we could share and let all our listeners that are out of West Africa, let them know that's the show you got to go to, and get them signed comics from the Brown Roof booth for sure, and more. I can't wait. Adedayo, you've been an amazing guest. Again, thank you for coming on and talking about the greatness of comics in West Africa, talking about the archive,
talking about
me
on the show as well. I really appreciate it.
Nah, man, I have a blast with you, brother. Again, and then you just put me on to a whole new world. My wife may not be a fan of you, but right now, because I'm gonna be spending money, but I'm a fan. Don't worry.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, thanks. I would like you to check out. I would like you to check out the comics from Brown Roof, and then you can give me a review of what you think about them.
Oh, no worries. We will. So you know what to do. Send me the link to the right spot, and we'll definitely have those covered all over Comic Crusaders. And folks, please follow the big homie on Instagram. Check out the Comics Archive Africa, because you will not regret it. You're gonna find some stuff that's gonna blow your mind. Like I said, I'm gonna be spending money after this. And of course, please visit the website, support Adedayo's label right here at Brown Roof Studios, so you can find out when Jakuta's coming out, the Christmas special, the magazine, everything that big homie is doing. All right, stay tuned there. My outro tells you everything you guys got to do. All right, I just want to thank you for tuning in. All right, hasta la próxima, mi gente. Much love. Later.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you for listening to the Comic Crusaders podcast. If you like the content, please subscribe and turn on notifications. Also, please visit comiccrusaders.shop and our extended podcast family over at undercovercapes.com. And also make sure to download the Comic Crusaders app on the Google Play Store today.